You wanted the best, you got the best. It is Sunday morning, and it is Comics and Coffee with the Omnibros. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this beautiful Sunday morning. I hope everybody had a good 4th of July. Nobody blew off any fingers, and everybody was safe. With me, as always, he is getting his stuff set up right now, is Gabe from Gabe Infinity Watch. Brother, how are you doing on this beautiful Sunday morning?
What up, son? I'm great, dude. It's the day after 4th of July, so my car is covered in fireworks guts and dirt and dust and all the assholes from the neighborhood doing fireworks all night, and I still got all my fingers, so that's what matters.
Do you guys go hard over there in Nevada?
We did this time. Well, my neighborhood's been shooting off fireworks for what seemed like the last 2 months, like every night.
Damn.
So, but last night was just extra special jerks. I hate the 4th of July. I hate the firework aspect of it and that kind of stuff. Yeah,
well, it seems like particularly this year has been like a lot of backlash towards 4th of July and stuff, which I had never seen. I'm like, wow. I was never, I don't know. I mean, growing up, I guess in a Hispanic household, for me, 4th of July was never really that big of a thing. I know that can vary depending on household to household, but yeah, we do the fireworks, but we never made like a whole huge thing out of it for us. It wasn't that big of a deal.
Yeah, I mean, when I was growing up, we did the cookouts and we did the fireworks and stuff like that. But I mean, outside of that, like when I started working, I think, yeah, I'll work on the 4th of July. I mean, the holiday doesn't really count until nighttime and the fireworks start. So, yeah, I just, now with dogs and kids, it's like, God, my dog just freaks out every year. Yeah,
yeah, I hate it just because of, like you said, my Boston Terrier was up all night and she just kept barking the whole night because at 3 a.m. assholes were still launching off fireworks. I'm like, what the hell? It's 3 a.m. Go to sleep.
Yeah, stop it. You dicks. I get it. You bought fireworks. You went to the Indian reservation and you bought a bunch of the illegal fireworks. Good job for you.
Hey, but those are the best ones. The illegal ones are usually the really good ones. Like the M80s and stuff like that. The really badass ones are the illegal ones.
The bottle rockets, the one that actually shoot up into the air. Like, fuck sparklers and fuck the snakes, Nobody wants that.
No.
I want ones that I could possibly kill myself with.
Yeah, you gotta, and the thing is, you gotta know the guy, and you gotta be cool with the guy, and you gotta look at the guy directly. They're not gonna be on the table. You have to go to the guy and be like, "Look, I want the good shit, okay? Because I know you're holding out."
No, the Indian casino place that's like 40 minutes away from here. Like it's a store. It's all racked on the shelves. They have end caps of M80s. It's awesome, but
yeah,
it sucks. So. I don't know. Maybe I'll pay my neighbors back and I'll just buy a bunch of shit because you can buy it all year round at the Indian casinos, and maybe I'll just do it like I don't know, like 3 a.m. one random Thursday night underneath their cars.
Oh, that'll end really well.
Yeah, my yard is just covered in bottle rockets and stuff right now.
Oh, and you gotta go clean that shit up because they did it in their yard, and that shit flies into your yard as well. That sucks.
Well, they do it in the street, like in the street. The street isn't that wide. They do it in the streets, and it's just, it's literally just dust and like cardboard all over the place.
Oh, that stinks, man. But why don't you tell them real quick before we keep going where they can get up to 50% off on a whole bunch of comics and trade paperbacks and collected editions?
You know what doesn't stink is InStockTrades.com with their awesome discounts, their awesome customer service. Like Lou was saying, orders in the U.S. over $50, you get free shipping. You always get awesome, amazing customer service. You always get the best selection. Every Tuesday, they update their website with that week's new releases. So make sure you jump on InStockTrades.com, 12 Pacific to 3 Eastern, and get the newest titles. Because, yes, these titles are super hot these days. These omnibuses, trade paperbacks, hardcovers, they have been selling out everywhere. So get on it when you can. InStockTrades.com, where once a month, at the very last show of every month, we give out a $50 gift card to InStockTrades to one lucky live viewer, not the 6 of you who like to email after the show has been on for a week. I still get emails. So yeah, awesome customer service, the best packaging you'll ever get from any online retailer. That's the awesome and amazing InStockTrades.com.
Hell yeah.
I was going to say, I'm trying to figure out how to say patronize or patronize without it making it seem like we're making fun of them. InStockTrades.com. We love them. They've been sponsoring the show for a very long time. We truly appreciate it. And I know all of our viewers are great fans of them as well. And yeah, so give us a thumbs up. If this is your first time around, give us a sub as well. Pass the video around. Share it with all your friends. Tell your mom to subscribe. Because it's free, and it's what all the cool kids are doing.
And hit the like button. It does help us out. It helps us get. So we do appreciate that as well.
Get this morning protein shake going.
What do you usually put in that shake, man? Is it just do you put peanut butter? Because I don't do protein shakes anymore because it doesn't in my stomach that well. But when I used to do it, I would put peanut butter inside of it.
No, this is just straight up protein and water.
Just protein and water?
Yeah, but then throughout the day, like I eat peanut butter out the jar like a freaking idiot. I take a spoon, I'll just sit there, watch TV, like, oh, this is awesome. But yeah, so let's see here real quick. So today, as the title says, is news and shelfies, but mostly shelfies. Yeah. So we'll be doing a little bit of news, not a lot of crazy news going out this week, unless you read other things about Josh Whedon's apparent rude, terrible, disgusting attitude on the set of Justice League, along with one Jeff Johns. But whatever. Yeah.
No, that I haven't even looked too deep into the whole Josh Whedon's thing and Jeff Johns thing because a lot of that stuff is also he said, she said, so you never know how that stuff plays out. And we kind of try to keep it a little bit light and friendly here, and we try to avoid a lot of the drama stuff.
We're positive. We keep things positive around
for
here.
The most part. Yeah, I'd like to think so. So the big thing I think in comic news though this past week was that Predator and Alien are going to Marvel Comics. Dark Horse has sold the rights to those characters, and they will be officially in Marvel Comics starting next year in 2021. So we've got a while to go. But starting in 2021, you will be seeing Alien crossing over Alien and Predator in Marvel Comics. I can't wait for this, man. We talked about this a little bit on Omar's show a few days ago, which shout out to that show, Near Mint Condition. If you haven't checked it out, check it out. And I can't wait.
Oh, dude, I'm ready for it. And I don't think Dark Horse sold the license. I think they just straight up lost it because they don't have a relationship with Fox anymore. Right?
Oh, did they? Is that how it went down? I haven't looked it up.
I'm assuming because Fox is owned by Marvel, so Marvel's like, well, we'll just or Fox is owned by Disney. Disney owns Marvel, so why not just go ahead and keep that all together?
Yeah. I wonder how deep they're gonna go with this. I mean, are they gonna have characters crossing over with certain Marvel characters? I think I like the idea of you have Frank Castle versus the Predator in like a Vietnam setting.
That'd be great.
And have Garth Ennis write it. That was a recommendation that I had on when we were on Near Mint Conditions show. I think that would be really cool. Somebody recommended Kraven versus the Predator, which that sounds badass. So I think that'd be cool. Alien with Venom, you can cross over with that. Let's be Donny Cates at some point is going to write an Alien or Predator story, right? Like that's bound to happen, right?
That'd be amazing because Donny Cates has been just killing it lately.
Yeah,
on everything. But so I think give me a second here. The crossover idea. Here, let me put this up real fast. I found this image.
Yeah.
How badass? Oh, let me change this too. How badass is that? So this is David Finch doing the Xenomorph and doing the Predator. Mm-hmm. And you can see the Predator's holding a Iron Man helmet. So this is official. This is released from Marvel. So I'm assuming they are going to do some kind of crossover with other Marvel characters.
Well, the thing is they can rework, because the alien mythos is kind of fucked right now, considering what Ridley Scott's doing in those films.
Right.
Whether you like them or not. I'm 50-50. I liked Prometheus. I didn't care for Alien Covenant too much. Why not just rework Alien into the Marvel universe, where you have the symbiote in some way, shape, or form is kind of to the xenomorph. You could tie it into the egg, whatever you want to tie it into, but I think it's honestly just a matter of time before we start seeing, like, hearing rumors maybe at the end of the year, hey, Donny Cates is going to be writing a Alien and Venom crossover or something along those lines.
How about a Alien, the Xenomorph aliens, and the Brood from the X-Men? They're basically the same character.
Good choice. Yeah. That could be really good. Who would you get to write it?
I want to go with a route. You know what? How about the lead singer from Cannibal Corpse? Just because.
Just because.
Let's just make it just mutilation and just tear it.
Well, what does that mean for reprints? Is Dark Horse just going to give up everything, and we won't see some of those reprints of some of those classic Alien and Predator stories that they were working on? How does that work? Do they get the license?
They put an announcement or a news release out or something that says, once January 2021 hits, 2021, that's it. They're done. They can't do any more reprints or have any more affiliation with the characters.
So would it be a safe bet to say, if you were somebody that really liked Alien, but you never really dived into the Dark Horse stuff, to start picking those up now, because chances are we won't be getting a reprint of a lot of that stuff?
Yeah, like, let me grab one real fast. A little bit of photo bait. Yeah, like these 30th anniversary ones are probably going to be very sought after very, very soon. There's this. There's the Alien Predator one that just came out, I think, last week. And then there's a Alien, like the old school original Alien stuff, parts 1 and part 2.
Yeah.
But this Predator is it collects the 3 miniseries that I think, if my memory serves, was originally supposed to be the original sequel to Predator.
Cool. Oh, wow. So, yeah,
those things are great.
You know, I actually like Predator too. I don't hate it. I think it's an okay movie.
I haven't seen it in a while. I don't remember much of it at all. I mean, I remember it's Danny Glover, and the Predator had, like, you know, upscaled tech, and that's all I can really remember. Like, he could see people, and, like, you know,
he was fighting Haitians in, like, what was it, New York?
Yeah, or was it L.A.?
Oh, it was L.A. That's right. Yeah. And Danny Glover was chasing him down, and at the end of the movie, like, Danny Glover gets an ancient gun or something. Like, oh god, that is, you know, Alien and Predator are both licenses that are just ripe for reboots. Like, if you can give it to somebody and they could just take it back and make a low budget Alien film, I think you could have something special there.
I think they've been trying to do stuff with Alien and Predator, but I think Fox, and I don't know if with Disney having the license, if it's going to change, they just seem to really be afraid to push that R rating on those films. And those films need to be R. They need to be. It's almost like they also suffer kind of from, like, the Transformer movie mistakes of everybody goes to these movies because they want to see Transformers fight each other, but then the entire movie is just Shia LaBeouf running around screaming and crying. And they do the same thing with the last Alien versus Predator films, where we just want to see aliens and predators fight each other. I just want to see them slash each other apart and acid blood. But no, it has to happen in this small little town, and you gotta get attached to the townspeople and the little kid who gets picked on at school. And I don't care about any of that stuff. You know, the first Predator, you didn't get attached to the characters too much. You know, they were just random, you know, mercenaries.
Yeah, they were just random meatheads. And if you look online, there's Jean-Claude Van Damme was originally going to be the Predator. And you can see online a video of unreleased test footage of him running around in this really shitty and horrible outfit before they dumped the whole outfit and they picked it up.
Like that pink bird looking thing or something. Yeah.
Oh, it was horrible. It was going to be terrible.
It's so strange that was going to be the creature, and they were going for it. Like that was going to be a real for real thing, and then all of a sudden, something changed on the last second, and they got one of the most iconic creatures in movies ever.
I think a huge problem with Alien right now is that it's kind of the first Alien. What was really going for it was the suspense, because they really had the jostling going on where you did not see the alien until pretty close to the end of the film, and you're going through the entire film and you're like, what the fuck is going on with these people? And it would be really tough to kind of recreate that suspense and recreate that chest burster moment, because that's what a lot of fans are going to be looking for now. They're going to be looking for that moment where they're all sitting around at the dinner table and then the chest burster just comes out of the chest. Which, by the way, that was real. The people that were sitting around the table, they didn't know what exactly was going to happen, and that thing was going to come out of their chest.
Yeah, that's so fucked up.
They filmed it, and they had no clue, but they wanted a real reaction out of the cast. So when the chest burster comes out of the actor's chest, that was real. Everybody sitting around the table going, "Holy shit!" Oh man, I don't know. I want to see them rebooted. I think it could do a lot of well. I like Prometheus, Alien Covenant. Ridley Scott is hell bent on finishing up this trilogy and tying it into the original Alien. So we'll see where it goes. But I think they just need to start over.
Just make it just aliens and predators just killing stuff. That's all we want to see. That's all you want to see.
Yeah. Well, Neil Blomkamp was going to do. I think it was going to be an Alien 3. They were just going to ignore Alien 3, and they were going to pick up after Alien 2, or it was going to be an Alien 4 or something like that. There's concept out there, and it looks some of the stuff that he was going to do, but it never got off the ground, unfortunately.
And some of the Alien movies got sillier and sillier. The last one, speaking of Josh Whedon, he did Aliens. What was the fourth one called?
Was it Resurrection?
Resurrection. Yeah, that's it. He did that movie.
Yeah. David Fincher did Alien 3.
I like that movie. I know people kind of give it, they hate it because how it really just changed what you thought was going to happen with Aliens, because everybody dies. The little kid dies and that one dude dies. I forget the people's names. Who cares? I'm not there for the people. I'm there for the aliens. But yeah, the alien dog or the alien cow, depending on what version you watch, is all pretty cool. Sigourney Weaver becoming part alien.
Yeah, that was terrible. That was.
And she's playing basketball. Like, whoa.
Yeah. Which one was the one with Perlman? Was it Alien 3 or Alien 4 was the one that had Perlman in it?
I want to say 4.
Yeah.
Because Ron Perlman did that years ago. That's silly. So, yeah, it's got to be 4. All the silly stuff happened in 4. 3 was trying to be serious, but she was on that prison planet with The Rock.
Was it?
I don't remember Rock.
Something like that. It's been so long since I've seen those damn movies. I don't really remember much of them. I revisit Alien and Aliens often, though. So,
okay, so Whedon wrote it. He didn't direct it, but yeah.
Yeah. Man, yeah, they definitely just reboot it. Just start over. It's okay. I don't think anybody's going to begrudge you guys for starting over and just reboot. Well, no, because Predator is in a weird spot, because I am a defender of those Predator sequels. I think Predator 2 is good. The Robert Rodriguez Predator film, I think, is pretty badass.
I love that movie.
Yeah, and
we both love that last one.
We're defenders of that. Everybody seemed to hate it, and we're defenders of that last film. We're like, no, it's an over the top, stupid, fun action movie, and I had fun with it. It's dumb, and you're not gonna walk away discovering a new meaning in life from it, but it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna be disappointed if you don't get that alien killer suit or that predator killer suit at the end that they introduced. Spoilers.
Oh man, I love it. I'm a sucker.
Well, Olivia Munn. They didn't let her have any dialogue for like the first 15 minutes she was in it. Pink Lobster. Yeah.
Well, Olivia Munn is Olivia Munn. Has she ever been in anything where you could go, yeah, she's a good actress? She was in X-Men, right?
She had no lines in that either. She was just there to dress like Psylocke and have a fupa.
Poor Olivia Munn, man. She
had like 2 lines of dialogue, and they were pretty whatever.
What's the girl from Orange is the New Black? The one that was in John Wick 2. Ruby Rose. Olivia Munn gets the Ruby Rose treatment, where it's just like, no, you're not getting really any lines. You're just kind of be quiet and just look pretty for a lot of nerds out there. It'll be okay.
Yeah. It's like in Alien or in X-Men Apocalypse. Apocalypse gives everybody superpowers and super beefed up armor.
Yeah.
Psylocke gets a bikini.
Highlight John Muller's comment because Olivia. I remember Olivia Munn from Attack of the Show on G4. Yeah. Do you remember G4?
I remember G4. I used to like that stuff a lot back then when it was coming out, and I remember her from it. But I wouldn't call any of that acting.
No. The G4 Attack of the Show was just a fun show where they just kind of shot the shit for what was it, like an hour, and they would do different skits and stuff like that. It was really laid back. I dug it.
Yeah, I think the only acting she's ever done is her acting to be a nerd.
Yeah,
fake nerd.
All right, man. But hey, we've got some shelfies for you guys up on the docket. So we're gonna do a lot of shelfies today, simply because we got to play a little bit of catch up. Gabe, I think we've got enough shelfies to make it for the next 2 years.
Yeah, we'll make it through like 4 more pandemics.
So
with all the shelfies we got.
While you pull those up, I'm just gonna go through and read some comments and kind of interact with the chat. Heard she was good on Newsroom. I have never seen Newsroom. I've heard it's good stuff. I think it was Aaron Sorkin that did that. I don't know.
Maybe that's the thing. Maybe they just need to give her a chance. I don't know, but
it could be she might just need the right material. There are certain actors and actresses that they really shine when you give them good stuff to work with. I think, believe it or not, I think Tyler Perry is one of those guys. He was really great in Gone Girl for the little bit that he was in it. I think it just depends. A lot of actors and actresses need that material.
And I don't think it's all them either. I think the finished product is what we get out of it. People are going to base things on that, but a lot of that comes down to editing and direction and all that kind of stuff too.
What do you guys think of the recent DC rumors of Batman Beyond and Zatanna?
Yes.
100%.
Batman Beyond, please. Zatanna, yes.
100%.
Mainly Batman Beyond. I am pumped for Batman Beyond if that happens.
Well, there was a script floating around Hollywood for Batman Beyond after the Nolan trilogy was finished because they didn't know where they were going to go. They didn't know what exactly was going to happen or where they were going to take the franchise next, which there were talks of a Batman Beyond movie coming out, but they didn't want to foot the bill for something that expensive at the time. So, because if you do Batman Beyond, you're gonna pay out the ass for the CGI. You're gonna have to.
Oh, everything. I mean, the tech, and it's not just it can't be just based in a normal city.
Yeah,
it's a futuristic, upgraded city with upgraded technology and future tech and things like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And that suit would be gonna be so badass in person.
Well, I'm thinking it'd be something along. I don't know if you saw Blade Runner 2049, but the city would have to look something like that, something along the lines of what Blade Runner 2049 looked like.
Yeah, with all the special effects for like the buildings and the billboards and
that really is a property that if they do Batman Beyond right, that is a property that can just make money.
It'd be a whole new franchise.
Yeah, you just print money out of that, and the thing is, they really wouldn't have to try too hard because the stories are already written for them. They just need to adapt them. They could do, and if they even wanted to tie in the old villains, you can do that arc with Sub-Zero. Not Sub-Zero, Jesus. Dr. Freeze. Wow, I'm thinking of Mortal Kombat. With Dr. Freeze, where Dr. Freeze comes back and you think, man, Dr. Freeze is actually a good guy. He's helping out a lot of people. And then his body starts decaying and you're like, oh, man. And it goes really south. That's a whole arc right there. I would love to see that. I'd love to see a Clayface film. We talked about this in the chat. I think a low-budget body horror Blumhouse-style Clayface film along the lines of something that they did with the Joker would be badass if they could do something like that.
Yeah, an actor who lost his looks or lost, just not even lost his looks, just like kind of aged out of Hollywood and had to go through some extremes. Everybody gets plastic surgery and he had to take it to the next level. And body horror with the Clayface. I think the same thing those are Clayface, and I also think Two-Face are characters that you could give the Joker treatment to. Regular type characters, normal people who just had a bad day or just had, their mental illness took over. They didn't get the correct help or the help they needed or whatever, and they turned into Clayface, they turned into Two-Face. I think those are really things that society could touch on and then take another look at.
Yeah, no, I agree. I completely agree.
I really want Batman Beyond. We've been talking about a Batman Beyond movie forever.
Oh, since we were kids.
Yeah.
I think since most of us were kids, we would always say, when are we getting a Batman Beyond movie? When are we getting a Batman Beyond movie? And it's such a property that they could do so much with it. The potential is so there, and especially with the rise now with like Cyberpunk in general, where you've got the game Cyberpunk 2099 that's coming out later this year. You've got Blade Runner, Blade Runner 2049, which was not necessarily a box office flop because it's found new life in home video, which is kind of the same way that the first Blade Runner was. It's kind of weird how the cycle repeats itself. And a lot of people are discovering Blade Runner 2049. And they're like, holy shit, this was great. I can't believe I missed this in the theaters. I think that Cyberpunk in general is due for its Lord of the Rings, where it'll just ignite the talk of, yeah, let's do something really badass. Let's do something really cool. Where after Lord of the Rings came out, everybody was trying to do their own fantasy thing.
Oh yeah.
And that eventually culminated in Game of Thrones a few years later and like a whole bunch of other stuff. But I don't think we've had that yet for Cyberpunk in general.
Yeah, I think that's a new genre that hasn't really, not a new genre, but just a genre that hasn't gotten its due.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't gotten its due yet. Who would you get to play Terry McGinnis?
It'd have to be somebody young, because you want to build a franchise out of him. So, maybe cast an unknown or something like that. That's a tough choice, dude.
Because what young kid like that can carry, 3-4 movies?
Well, it'd have to be a teenager or somebody in their 20s. They'd have to do like a Tom Holland, where you probably have to cast almost a nobody for it. You know what? I know people would be up in arms over this, but I'd actually like to see John Boyega.
That'd be cool. A little old, but I can see that. I like. I think I'm the only person on the show who watches Riverdale. But the kid that plays—he's not a kid. He's probably like in his early 20s. But the actor who plays Jughead, I think has the look. I think he has the attitude. I don't know if he doesn't have the star power, obviously, but I think he has enough potential where he can be molded into like a star to hold a couple of films.
Okay. I've never seen Riverdale. It's
a great show.
Is it?
Yeah, it's great. It's fantastic. Doesn't get enough love, and the chicks are hot.
But is it a typical like teeny bopper CW show, or there's a lot more going on to it?
No, the first season is a murder mystery. It's a whodunit kind of thing.
Okay.
And you got little teeny bopper kind of things in there. It's very like 13 Reasons Why.
Okay.
So you have your, it takes place in high school. So you have your teenage, drama daily kind of stuff there. But it's also like this murder mystery and scandals and stuff like that too. Yeah, there you go, Kenny Crayley. Yeah, Cole Sprouse.
Is that the actor's name?
Yes, yeah, he would totally do it.
Has a Twin Peaks vibe. Never seen Twin Peaks, so I don't know. I mean,
there's no backwards talking little people.
Is that a thing in Twin Peaks?
There's a thing, yeah.
Wow. Okay. Everybody tells me that I'd probably dig Twin Peaks. I'm going through the leftovers right now.
You'll hate it.
I'll hate it.
You'll hate it.
Okay. Well, that's good.
Because it suffers from. It's a murder mystery. It's a whodunit, right? But you don't get the reveal of who the killer is until the I'm gonna say the middle, but somewhere in the first half of the second season. So you got to go through an entire like season and then another season and a half, and you're like, it's wait, what? None of this makes sense. How does that happen? Wait, that's not right, is it? And then you're like, never mind. After you find out who the killer is, you're like, you could just Google it, watch the first season, Google it, and be like, what? I'm done.
Oh, that bad, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay, well, that's good to know. Save myself a few hours of it, man.
People love it. People just really, really have a fondness for it. And it's cool the way it's shot and like the score and all the fancy technical, aspects of movie, TV directing is great. But you go, what's going on with the story? It's nuts.
Dude, I know you're like me. You're a fan of the crime docs and stuff like that. If you get a chance, do you have HBO?
No.
Oh, damn. Well, find out how you can watch there's a crime doc that's airing right now across 6 episodes on HBO. It's called I'll Be Gone in the Dark. It is fucking great.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. No, it's really good. The first episode was last week. It's about Michelle McNamara, I think is how to pronounce her name. She was Patton Oswalt's wife before she passed away. Do you know who Patton is?
Yeah, I know Patton Oswalt. Yeah.
Okay. She was his wife before she passed away, and she basically started her own crime podcast, and she became obsessed with finding this killer. And it goes into how she ended up eventually finding the guy and leading to his capture. And in fact, this past week, the killer was on trial, and he admitted to like 15 counts of murder. So because of her work and her investigating this guy, and her leading the charge on it, they ended up capturing this sick bastard. And it's an amazing documentary that you should really check it out, man.
Oh, no. That sounds crazy. I've been listening to this podcast called The 27 Club. I don't know if I mentioned it on here before.
You mentioned
it's about it's about rock stars who died at 27.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Yeah, why don't you let them know? Because the 27 Club is really interesting, and there's a really weird correlation among a bunch of different rock stars. For those that haven't heard it, Gabe, why don't you let them know?
Yeah, 27 Club is a club nobody really wants to be a part of. It's a special sect of musicians and rock stars who died at an early age, who died at the age of 27. 27 is like that pinnacle year for a lot of these musicians and rock stars. You have people like Jimi Hendrix, Jim Morrison. I forget the guy's name from the Rolling Stones.
I think Cobain.
And probably more recently, Cobain and Amy Winehouse. There's a lot more, but those are like the big top name ones that I could think of right now. And yeah, it's all about this podcast. It's really all about just their whole lives. You go into a lot of background material and things like that. Things, especially like from these singers and actors from the 60s that I didn't really grew up with. Their backstory is just really interesting. But yeah, nobody wants to be part of that 27 Club.
Yeah.
Tupac was almost there. I thought Tupac was in. I had to look it up, but he was 25 when he was murdered.
Man, I didn't know
Tupac. You look back, man. You look back, you're like, fuck, man, 25, 27? That sucks, dude. That's so young.
Yeah, think about all the lost potential from all those minds, especially when you look back and look at Tupac in interviews and stuff like that. He seemed like he was a very conflicted person in terms of what he believed and the music and stuff like that. And it seemed like later on that he got the older that he was getting in his life, you started to see more of those humanitarian aspects come out of him as a person as he grew as well, which is really, really interesting.
I can imagine what kind of voice he would have today.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Especially right now with the rise of the Black Lives Matter movement and everything that's going on in the world today. I would really have loved to have seen what kind of a powerful influence he would have been. It'd
have been nuts. It'd be like, who knows? Who knows where his life would have gone, 20 years later. But yeah, it could be another Malcolm X. He'd be a big voice for the Black community, I think.
Who knows? Well, we've got
society in general.
Well, we've got Kanye now who says he's running for president. Stupid.
Is he still beating that drum?
He announced it yesterday on Twitter that he's running for president for 2020. I'm like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Stop. Please just stop.
You don't have that much time.
Yeah, stop. The dude's got way too much going on in his life and way too much time. He needs help, is what he needs. Yeah, man. If you got some shelfies pulled up, we could just start diving into them.
Yeah, let's see. So I'm just gonna go through I'm just gonna go from top to bottom, I think, on the list. So some of these might be one picture, they might be 3 pictures, it might be a bunch of pictures. We'll figure it out as we go along. But this one is, let me get the person's name, Adam N. Adam N. I didn't really do people's full names. So I didn't want to throw out people's government names on the internet, but or maybe they don't want their significant others to stumble upon this video and all the stuff that they have. I don't know, but let me get this screen share. Omnibros discount code. We're going to have to. That's on a bit of a pause, it seems. For those asking, I've seen a few people asking about it in the chat. Don't worry. The moment we get an update, you guys will get an update. So,
yep, things are a little bit crazy right now for everybody. So just bear with us.
And the discount code was always an extra X amount percentage off, which is awesome of IST to do for everybody. All right, this is Adam N's collection. It's a single picture, but he's got the goods. He's got the goods.
Is that a white calyx? Is that what he's rocking there?
Yeah, he's got a couple white calyxes. Yeah.
What are we looking at? Wow, he loves the Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's got the whole Spidey. He's got like all the Spideys.
That is impressive, sir. Yeah, Venom. He really loves Spider-Man. I think he's got every single one that's been out, doesn't he?
It looks like it. Yeah, I mean, he even has a Tangled Web, which is one a lot of people pass up on. Eric Larson, David Mazzucchelli stuff, which is going to be a hard one to find pretty soon. I think that's going to sell out pretty fast.
Yeah, probably.
Untold Tales of Spider-Man. Yeah, he's got all the Spidey stuff. He's on it. All the Carnage. You got the Superior Spider-Man. Those are awesome.
Yeah, Jesse, say what the white really is. It brings it out. I personally have the black calyx for just holding books and stuff like that, but I think I prefer the white, simply because it makes it pop more.
It does bring out the color for sure. I got the dark ones as well, but the thing with that is also the white ones. The ones I have, and I think the ones you have, they are like a particle board, like they're wood or plywood or whatever. I think the white ones are plastic.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh wow, I didn't know that. Yeah, mine are plywood. They're the plywood ones, which I recently just downgraded to just one, simply because I don't have as big of a collection as I used to. I'm like, just keep DVDs on there at this point.
Dude, I have two 4x4s down here. And one 2x. So I got two 4x4s and one 2x4. And upstairs in my attic, where my room used to be, I have another 3 4x4s up there. And I was moving my collection downstairs. I was like, I'm not going to take these things apart and bring them back down and then put them back together. I'll just go buy more.
Man, I don't know. I've been getting the itch recently to kind of start getting a few collected editions here, but I know how that starts. Once I start getting a few, I'm like, well, that's just a deep hole that I'm gonna go down again.
Yeah, that's like a heroin addict who breaks his leg and then has to start taking like OxyContin, and then he gets back into it again.
Yeah, man. What's gonna be my breaking point are those Berserk deluxe editions. If Lord willing, we get another stimulus check, I'm going to dump most of it into savings, and then I'm going to use the rest of it to get those Berserk deluxe editions, because those are beautiful.
Yeah, and it's Berserk. Those are a must-have. Like I'm probably going to window down my collection to like my essential books for the most part, and the Berserk hardcovers will have to be a part of that.
So, man, I
think that's for anybody who's ever read Berserk. That becomes an essential book in your collection.
Yep. I mean, once they do the whole set, that whole top row that you see right there, Calyx, once they do the whole set of those Berserks, that's going to be just Berserk when you think about it.
You're going to have to. There's going to be like 15 volumes or something.
Yeah. Yeah, it's going to be nasty.
But I like how Adam N has this set up though. He has it by character. It looks like so he has all of his Spidey stuff, and then he has all of his X-Men stuff. And the X-Men stuff is after the Spidey stuff is Spider-Gwen, and then that Jeff Loeb Tim Sale author's hardcover about the color books, and then the X-Men Omnis.
Yeah, he's definitely got it. Then he's got the Avengers down there. He's got man, wow. See, this. I like this. It's not quantity. He just doesn't have just anything out there. You can tell this is a man that he's very specific. He loves Avengers. He loves Spider-Man. He loves Daredevil, and he collects what he likes. He just didn't throw anything onto that shelf.
Yeah, he has all the X-Men stuff for the most part, like all the big books, Avengers versus X-Men, Wolverine stuff. He has the one DC book in here is Invisibles, and it's just sitting here right on top of the this cosmic lot.
Yeah.
Had to fit that in somehow. Or maybe that's just the... No. That has to be just a dust jacket. Because that thing is way too big to fit sideways.
Yeah. No, you're right. You're right.
You must be reading it or something.
There's no way in hell that's the Invisibles Omnibus.
Yeah.
You could kill somebody with that thing.
Yeah, that was like the first big, massive omnibus that came out.
And the binding wasn't that great on it either.
Oh, the thing's huge. Because all the good Avengers stuff here as well. Planet Hulk.
Yep.
It starts as Thor at Thor Volume 3.
Maybe you didn't get the other two.
And those are hard to come by. That first one's
it's a whale.
Pricey bitch, yeah. It's one of the last big whales out there still.
Did you ever end up... I know for a while you had a Thor whale. Did you end up getting the Straczynski omnibus?
I had the Straczynski omnibus. I have the Walt Simonson one. I had the Silver Age Thor. The number one, but I sold it. I mean, it was like, well, this is going for so much money, I have to get rid of it because I don't care about the Silver Age material that much. Plus, the Epic collections. If I really wanted, I could just buy the Epic collection if I'm going to read the material. And again, essential stuff in my collection, and I don't feel that that's that essential for my collection.
Right, exactly.
It's got all the good Daredevil stuff. Got that Elektra that's disappearing these days.
That was a cheap one too.
Was it? Was that a 75? It was a small one. It's a really tiny, skinny omnibus.
Yeah, I think it was even on. I'm not. If I remember, I think it might have been on clearance too for a while.
Yeah, I could believe that. Deadly Hands of Kung Fu.
You want to talk about out of print? Those are going to go soon.
Same with the Conans. Or Conan 1's supposed to be getting reprinted, but still. But yeah, those Shang-Chi's, they can only reprint them. I think they're only allowed to reprint them that one time. I don't think they could do reprints. And then once that movie hits, these things are going to disappear. Yeah,
if you want to get in now and you haven't, get them now. Those Shang-Chi ones, because once the movie hits and if it's good, that's going to skyrocket in price.
Yeah, if you want them, if you're even somewhat thinking about it, just do it now. You're right. Oh, speaking of Berserk. I wonder if he's gotten the 5th ones yet.
God, those things are beautiful.
You might as well start picking them up, dude.
I you know what? I want to, man, but I'm in the middle of summer, so gotta save the money how I can. What are those going for? About 30 a pop?
Let me see. Let me reach over and grab mine.
30, 40 bucks a pop, something like that.
Cover price is 50.
God.
So IST probably has them like around 30, 35.
Yeah, somewhere in that ballpark.
But you have to get them all at once. 30 bucks one month, 30 bucks another month.
Yeah, but I'm gonna want them all at once. I know myself. don't you know how we are, man? We're all.
I know. What's the point of me trying to put logic into any of this? I see the hauls on the group.
Oh man,
you bought 40 omnibuses. What are you doing? Yeah. Strangers in Paradise. Oh, he's got those Dark Horse Conan. Those last 2 omnibuses or whatever that came out. Those things disappeared and we're going for crazy money right away. Right away. That's how I feel that the Alien stuff is going to turn into pretty soon.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got his whys. He's an intelligent man. He didn't pony up for the Absolute or the Omnibus. He's got the hardcover Why the Last Man's. Good job, sir.
You know what? I've been seeing a lot of hate on Why the Last Man in the group recently, and it's
Really?
Oh yeah.
Why?
I don't know. There's a thread where somebody just put something like a meme up that's like someone like a grossed out face, and it's like when you read a book that's super popular and you thought it was garbage or something like that. So the whole thread is just people putting books that they thought was garbage that other people recommended or that has like a lot of hype or popularity behind it.
Yeah.
And Why the Last Man pops up on there a lot.
Oh, jeez. Come on. Why is brilliant. I love Why.
Yeah. Jeff Johns Green Lantern down here.
There you go, Jeff. There you go, man. Absolute. Is that Watchmen? Absolute Watchmen?
Yeah, he's got Watchmen, Kingdom Come, Final Crisis.
I don't know, man. He's missing Absolute Transmetropolitan, though.
Yeah. That thing is long gone, too. He's got the Injustice one, though. Yeah, he's mainly a Marvel and Image guy, it seems like, for the most part. Well, no, I'm lying. Mainly Marvel.
You got a Batman down there.
Yeah, a little bit of Batman, a little bit of Image or Vertigo, a little bit of DC. I'm not sure what the trades are down here in the far corner, but I like how he has room to grow. That's a good thing. This shelf isn't just jam packed. There's a lot of space here, a lot of space here for the rest of the Berserks. Maybe that's what he's got planned out. He's like, here's going to be the rest of the Power Ranger hardcovers. And these next 4 empty cubes is Berserk.
That's probably about right. Yeah. I'm surprised no TMNT. Those TMNT hardcovers are going crazy.
He has 2 of them. He has 1 and 2 right here.
Yeah, he's got the 2.
He's got the 2 East to West that are also blowing up really bad right now.
Well, Hickman just finished that series last year. I need to go back and finish it.
Yeah, I've never read East to West.
Oh, dude, you would love East of West. You would love East of West. Nick Dragota's art on that. Oh my god, it's beautiful.
Yeah, I got some extra time, so I'm gonna try and get through some series I've always been wanting to read, or go back and revisit. All right, so that's Adam N. Everybody, thank you, Adam, for sending those to us.
Good collection, man. Bravo, very well.
Yeah, great stuff.
Mm-hmm. Very, very good stuff. Let me see. I'd put Saga of the Swamp Thing and Batman Year One in that thread. Okay.
For what? Yeah. There's a lot of hate on Dark Knight Returns too.
I think Dark Knight Returns. I don't know. I think it gets more hate simply because of Frank Miller and who Frank Miller is. That's what I think. And
I can see that. And I think that's
his politics.
That's another thing. Is I just think it's another situation of just got to separate the man from the art sometimes.
Oh, 100%. And look, I've got nothing but love for our group, but let's call it for what it is. Our group genuinely swings very far left. And Frank Miller is a very open Republican. So I think a lot of that can kind of play into some of that as well. But I think you don't have the 90s. You don't have the renaissance of Batman without Frank Miller. If that makes sense.
That's fact. No, that's 1,000% a fact. Fact. Before Frank Miller, you had the slim, slender built Batman, and then what we see now in the films and what we've been seeing in the films since for the longest time is Frank Miller's Batman, the more beefy, pumping iron, lifting heavy weights Batman. Yeah,
which I think which is where Zack Snyder got that inspiration from, because if you look at that Batman suit that Ben Affleck has, it's pretty clear where it is that Snyder got that influence from.
There's a lot of influence of Frank Miller on the suit. They did a lot of Frank Miller Dark Knight homages in the actual movie. I mean, it's Batman versus Superman, so that's totally a Frank Miller thing.
Yeah. And I still love Dark Knight Returns. I love it as a fun read all the way through. I have a fondness for that classic era of Frank Miller. I love Frank Miller's Daredevil run. I think Frank Miller's Daredevil run is fucking amazing.
It's the pinnacle of Daredevil. It has not been touched since then.
I could agree with that because you think
about
about
all the great runs. You can't deny like Bendis's run or Mark Waid's runs, all great and fun and stuff like that.
They're cribbing off Frank Miller though.
Right, that's because of Frank Miller, 100%.
Yeah, because he's the one that really changed the dynamic of Daredevil from a swashbuckling type to, hey, this guy is really a ninja. He's badass. Let's go a little bit darker with this story. He introduced Elektra. Did he introduce Bullseye as well? Was that his?
No, that was before. That was Mark Wolfman. That was before.
Right. So he introduced
Stick. He introduced the Hand. He introduced Elektra. I think the whole like Catholic guilt thing and his mom being a nun who abandoned him.
Mm-hmm.
I think all of that psychological stuff and the mental illness that's involved with Matt Murdock and Daredevil, that's all Frank Miller.
Yeah. You don't people really like to shit on Frank Miller, but the fact of the matter is we don't get a lot of the classic stuff that we love in comics today without Frank Miller and without his influence. The man at the time was a genius. Mm-hmm. I don't care for his recent work, but you cannot deny the influence that he's had on the industry as a whole. Same thing with Alan Moore. A lot of people like to shit on Alan Moore these days, but Alan Moore, man, was a genius. And by all accounts, I still think he's a fucking genius. You could just go down the list of the man's work and it's cool to hate on him. But when you go down Alan Moore's list, V for Vendetta, Watchmen, was it Miracle Man that he did? Yeah. Miracle Man, his Swamp Thing run, From Hell, the Killing Joke, which Killing Joke over the last few years has been kind of to scrutiny, and I fucking love Killing Joke. I still think Killing Joke is brilliant. But yeah, it's one of those things where you kind of have to separate the art from the artist in certain aspects, and even then, Frank Miller, by all accounts that we know, isn't really a terrible person from what we've heard.
I've met the man. I've hung out with him. He's a sweet older man for sure. Still sharp at the attack. He's from when I was talking to him, he's very humble. You tell him how much you love his work, and he says, "You're silly to think that." He's just a normal person. He's a great guy. I mean, personally, like meeting him, it's not like I spent the night at his house or vacationed with the guy or anything like that. But when he was at the store, I hung out a lot with him. And yeah, he's a great guy. He said some things that are pretty messed up.
Yeah. But
I don't want to start treading into those kind of topics. But yeah, things are said, and you can't. I can't write a person off and their contributions to this hobby off of a few things I disagree that he said.
Yeah, and I think it's become a lot easier for a lot of people to just jump on that. Where he said a few things, so I'm going to completely write off his entire work and his entire influence on the industry. I'm like, you what? That never makes sense to me.
Right. All right. So let's see. I got another. Give me a second. I got another video. Not video, but I got another Shelfie coming up here. I was trying to do something, but damn it, it didn't work. I love that video.
I don't know why that makes me laugh every time.
I think I broke him. Sorry. Sorry, everybody.
I'll stop. I'm turning red. Oh, it makes me laugh every time, man. Anyway, what do we got? Do we got another one, man, up on the docket?
Yeah, I got one more right here for us.
All right, cool.
What time is it? Oh, it's already 10 o'clock? Holy crap.
That's already one. Well, one for me, but 10 for you.
This is Daniel's A collection. Let me zoom this in a little bit.
Damn.
This is a lot of oversized hardcovers and stuff. I like it.
Yes, it is.
All right. Let's see. I don't know what else is on here. There's only 3 photos, I think. And I'm going to go through the same stuff over and over if it took close-ups or something, you know? Come on, fool.
Can you get a clear zoom in, you think?
I can zoom in all the way in. It'll look good, but I don't know if he took close-up photos or not. But I can never figure out how to change photos on this damn thing. Whatever. All right, let's just go ahead and get this started because I like his collection a lot already.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's a lot. He's got this really put together of oversized hardcovers. Everything lines up nice. This is really easy to look at for the most part. So let's see what he's got on here. Oh, he's got those Spider-Man Back in Blacks.
DMZs, Scalped. Wow, he's got the big Vertigo fan.
Oh yeah, he's got all the Fables, all the Scalps, Sheriff of Babylon, Sweet Tooth. Why the Last Man, another guy with good taste. Everybody out there hating Why the Last Man, you're like, gotta love Why the Last Man.
Yeah.
He's got all the Batman No Man Land and Cataclysms.
There you go, Gabe. That's all you, man.
I would love. I know the Omnibus is coming out, and I think it's gonna be just an unwielding asshole. I know it. I know it, and that's what I hate about omnibuses at the moment. Is they just keep trying to make it bigger and bigger. But these chunky trades are just perfect, I think.
So you're getting the omnibus, though, right?
I'm gonna have to.
Yeah.
I love that storyline. I haven't read it since it first came out in singles.
Damn.
So I'm gonna have to. It's a nostalgia. Like, oh, I remember how it was. I had the poster that had all the territories, mapped out, and I really followed that stuff for a really long time. It was great. Yeah, first appearance of Cassandra Cain in there, and her showing up as Batgirl. The first Harley Quinn in DC Universe is in that storyline, so all that stuff is great. I like when people have pops and toys on their shelves. Mm-hmm. That's always fun.
It always adds a little flair to it. I dig it.
And it's not a lot too. It's not like a whole the entire shelves are just lined up with pops. He's got got Spidey here. He's got Ultron down here with his Age of Ultron stuff. He's got Captain America here with a couple of little cute Captain America shields. So,
has the pop craze died down? Because I feel like it's died down from what it was a few years ago.
I've never got into it, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't follow it or anything like that, but it seems like they still pump out the exclusives. They're still, who knows? Because we don't have San Diego Comic-Con. San Diego Comic-Con is always a really good kind of gauge and watermark of how pop culture and collectibles are going. Because you get those San Diego Comic-Con pops, and they start going for crazy, crazy money. Then the pop scene is still happening.
Yeah, yeah. Damn, I should have taken advantage of when you worked at that comic book store to go to San Diego.
Yeah. Well, that would have been this year. It would have been this year, but that didn't happen.
Yeah, it would have been this year, man.
Yeah, we would have all been there probably, but it got canceled.
Sucks.
We were all supposed to go to MegaCon too. Remember?
Yeah. We were, and everybody was not necessarily on board, but everybody was like, "Yeah, maybe we can make this happen." All of us meet up at MegaCon this year, but it ended up not working out, so it kind of sucks. We were gonna do a big meetup with a lot with fans and stuff like that at MegaCon this year.
I mean, you can always try next year if there's isn't like COVID 45 that comes out or something else that shuts down the industry.
We could, depending on how stuff works out.
Yeah. Let's see what else he's got. Does it just open in one photo? What an idiot. Give me a second. That's right, because I got to do it from friggin' stupid preview. Is that your phone?
Yeah, that's my phone. I'm getting a video call right now.
Oh, I was like, that's an odd ringtone.
No, it's a Snapchat. Somebody's video calling me through Snapchat.
Oh, Snapchat. I know what that is. That's dicks and vaginas. That's all Snapchat's for.
Man, I'm getting too old, man. I don't understand this whole TikTok Snapchat thing now. It's just not for me. Yeah.
I don't know anything about TikTok. I see some people post their TikTok videos on Instagram and it's just them like chicks dancing and I'm like, and it's not even like sexy, like cool, crazy, unique dances. It's all like the same dance, and this is just me doing the same dance move. So I don't know.
Man, I don't get it. I work at a middle school, and all the kids love doing that stuff, but it's just not for me. So I'm like, all right, well, whatever. I've got enough social media crap.
I have enough of just the Instagram and the Facebook group. I go to Twitter sometimes, and I'm like, why'd I come here, man? This is like going to the bad side of town. I'm like, why'd I come here for? I didn't really need the chicken this cheap. I could have been somewhere else.
Which, I mean, truth be told, if it wasn't for the group and if it wasn't for you guys, I wouldn't even have a Facebook at this point.
Oh yeah, me too.
I would probably just be strictly Instagram and maybe Twitter just to keep up with some basic news and stuff.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reason I'll go to Twitter. I'll see something. I'm like, okay, let me go to Twitter and see what's going on.
Yeah.
And Twitter's really good for like news and current events and things like that. And then you see the comments and or other retweets. You're like, I'm done with this stuff. Yeah. All right, so let's get back to Daniel A's collection. So here we go. Here is the first picture for his collection. And here we go. We got some omnibuses here as well. He's got that Batman. The first thing on his shelf is Batman Damned.
Why? Yo, you gotta take that off the shelf, man.
At least put it down a notch. This must be a slightly newer photo that was sent to us because he has that Harleen hardcover. That's fairly new. So this is something I don't see very often. I've seen it. I don't even know if it's still around or not. Is that Scarlet Absolute?
Yeah.
Which I thought was a very odd Absolute to put out because Bendis goes over to DC and it instantly put a unfinished series in Absolute. I just got that Killing Joke. I want that Killing Joke Absolute, and I want that Year One Absolute. I know people hate it because it's pricey, but I love the idea of having the different coloring and stuff, the two different versions. Black Hammer. I still haven't read Black Hammer. No idea anything about Black Hammer.
Oh, dude, you owe it to yourself to pick up Black Hammer. You will love Black Hammer, knowing your sensibilities. I think you'll really dig it. It's got Goon from Bravo. So those Goons, man, those things are they're fetching for a good price, aren't they? A lot of them are out of print at this point.
I know for a while, I think it was number 3 was like the biggie, but I would assume now that Eric Powell has left Dark Horse and taken everything Eternal, like he's at his own publishing company now, that you won't see these hardcovers anymore. Like they're not going to get reprinted.
Yeah, man, Dark Horse. What the hell is going on with Dark Horse right now, dude? They are in. What do they even have? Did Mike leave and he took Hellboy with him? Is that what just happened? Because I haven't looked too much into the Mike Mignola situation. Did he leave?
I haven't heard anything with Mike Mignola and Dark Horse.
Okay.
I mean, I know Dark Horse still has, they got the Black Hammer. They still got like Critical Role. They were saying this is all in that press release they did about aliens leaving. That they named off like all the properties that they still have.
Yeah.
And but they've lost a lot recently. Usagi and Jimbo left not too long ago.
Yeah.
They lost Star Wars. I mean, they lost like their huge the huge chunks of their portfolio left.
Yeah.
Star Wars, Aliens.
Right. Then there were the allegations a few weeks ago with that one guy, and man, man, what a mess.
He's got a lot of Batman omnibuses here too. It's almost like me. Most of my DC Omnis are Batman related. It's got Nightfall, Grant Morrison stuff, Tim Sale.
Yep.
And again, he's got little pops here, but they're not in the way. He's got this little cute Batman pop here.
You got that American Vampire Omnibus, which, goddamn it, Scott Snyder, you need to finish that series.
Ex Machina.
Oh, love Ex Machina.
Oh, Sleeper. Sleeper's a great one. That thing gets no love.
Sleeper needs to get more love, man, because that ending is fucked up.
The whole book is fucked up, man.
Yeah, the ending of Sleeper is not a happy ending. By all,
if you're a fan of Criminal, because of the team of Brubaker and Sean Phillips, you owe it to yourself to go back and get. I think this is their first real partnership together. Yeah. And it's not like Criminal. It's not like super crime noir or anything like that. I mean, it has elements of it to it, but it's such a good book.
Yeah, Sleeper. For those of you that don't know, it's about it's set in a superhero world. It's set in the Wildstorm universe, right?
Yeah.
It's
is it Wildstorm? Yeah, I think it is Wildstorm.
But it's set in the I believe it's set in the Wildstorm universe, and it stars a character who he was a villain who he's trying to reform his life, and he's now going undercover into a villain's lair, and how that works out and everything. It's brilliant. I love Sleeper, man.
And he has the shtick with him is he has no feeling. Like not that he's a sociopath, no feelings, but he literally just can't feel pain or pleasure or anything.
So good. So good, man.
So that Bendis New Avengers, I wish they would have done more of that Bendis New Avengers. I know they had the hardcovers and stuff like that, but
yeah. I've never read the Bendis Avengers run.
It's decent at first.
Yeah.
And then, same with anything else, in comics these days, it got tied up into so many crossovers and event books and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Silver Surfer by Dan Slott and Mike Allred. Yes, sir.
That's a whale now.
It's crazy.
And we told them, you guys got to watch out for that one. That one's going to blow up. And it did.
Damn it. He's got that Brian Michael Bendis crime noir hardcover or omnibus. I wanted that so bad.
Is it out? Is that a print?
It's been out of print, yeah. It doesn't go for a lot. I mean, I think I could still probably get it for cover. And I have all the stuff in here, like in different formats, but you're like, come on, damn it.
He's got the War of Kings. Is that Realm of Kings on that shelf? I'm trying to look.
He's got the whole thing. He's got the Road 2. He's got the Prelude. Yeah. He's got War of Kings. He's got all three of them.
You remember how pissed off people were when that cover reveal?
It doesn't match on the spine doesn't match. Yeah.
It was like, God damn it, Marvel. It does stick out. Oh my God, good times. Wow, those TMNT collections down there. He's got Lock and Key.
Yeah. There's a bunch of Rebirth.
Yeah, a lot of Rebirth. Holy crap. Oh, look down. Oh man, that's a nice touch. He's got the pop there.
The Mikey pop. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's got all the Invincibles. Again, that's gonna get popular really, really fast, guys. I mean, it's not out of print or anything like that. I don't know how many are around, but once that Amazon thing hits or that trailer starts, I promise you, every other question is gonna be like, should I read Invincible? Is it really that good? And then it's gonna turn into, oh, I can't find it. And then one of these is gonna go out of print, like volume 7 or something like that, and then that's gonna be the one that everybody's gonna go after, and it's gonna be like a $200 book.
Yeah, that's usually how it goes, man.
Mark our words. I've been saying that for the last couple of weeks. It's gonna be a thing. It's going to be a thing.
It's animated, right? They're doing it. The show's gonna be animated.
It's supposed to be animated and it's supposed to be violent as hell.
Good.
Oh, he's got the Ed Brubaker Kill or Be Killed, and he's got that Luther Strode book.
Oh, Luther Strode, man, an animated Luther Strode.
That'd be great. That'd be great. There's 3 Lazarus. I thought there was only 2.
I thought there was 2.
He's got 3 here.
Is it?
Yeah.
No, oh. Huh.
I have the first 2. I got those from Greg Rucka when I was at MegaCon.
Yeah, I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm still behind. I'm still behind on Lazarus. I need to catch up. I have all the issues downloaded. I just need to sit down with it.
I don't know where mine are. Oh, there they are. Yeah, I don't have the 3rd one. I didn't know the 3rd one came out.
I was surprised, man. I've read a Matt Fraction book that I genuinely enjoyed. So
you liar.
I'm not fucking lying. I'll be on tomorrow night and I'll talk about it. But I was like, wow, this is. God damn it.
Is it Adventure Man?
No. It's an OGN. He's putting out a series of OGN books right now that are actually really good. They're the closest thing we've had to a Darwin Cook Parker book since Darwin died.
Wow.
Yeah, I was really surprised.
Oh, here's a shot of his whole collection. I like how he has his own little section here at the couch.
That's pretty.
Yeah, that's nice.
That just kind of blends right into the wall too.
Yeah, I like the floors.
Mm-hmm.
I like his glasses on the shelf here too.
Nice touches.
And we already went through that. I think that's it. For him. Cool. Awesome stuff again. Everybody sent us really great books, man. Really good pictures of their collection.
You want to do one more, or are you tied up for the rest of the day?
No, we could do one more.
All right, cool. Playing catch up a little bit. Bruce Johannes. Will you pull those up? I'll highlight a few comments. Bruce Johannes says, yes.
You do that the whole time, you fucker.
Yeah, I can do that the whole time. Bruce Johannes says, yes, buy all 12 official hardcovers of Invincible now.
Yeah, you're gonna need to. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a thing, and there's gonna be 1 or 2 of those books that's gonna fall out of print, or gonna be harder to find, and it's gonna turn into a thing, or someone's gonna be like, "Oh, I'll trade my Akira box set for volume 6 of for Invincible."
Start looking like Tyrone Biggums. Q says there's 3 Lazarus books, so there is 3. And man 40 says, I thought one of you mentioned that Invincible is pretty much evergreen.
It has been.
Yeah, it has been.
But that's because there hasn't been any hype behind it.
Yeah, Kirkman's big thing has always been Walking Dead. So there's that. And apparently now, thanks to you, Firepower, which damn.
I'll talk to you about that tomorrow. I read it.
Did you? How is it?
Yeah,
well, we'll talk about it. We'll talk about it tomorrow.
Yeah, we'll talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, that's the thing with Invincible is, it's supply and demand. There's no demand for Invincible right now. But once that hits, that first trailer drops, and I think it's going to drop this month because of San Diego Comic-Con. I think they probably had it planned out for then. Then it's going to turn into a thing.
Let's see. Are there any miniseries? This is by Drunk T. Nice name. Are there any miniseries that isn't collected in the official hardcover or compendium for Invincible? Invincible, I don't think had too many miniseries or spin-off series. I think it was pretty straightforward all the way through.
Yeah, it was pretty much all the way through. I mean, there were spin-offs like, what was it called? Like Guardians of the Globe?
There was like little stuff here and there, but you really didn't need it.
Yeah. Like, wasn't there a Invincible and Adam Eve, like 2-issue, 3-issue miniseries? I'm not sure if it's collected or not, but I think you can get the 12 hardcovers, and that's all you're going to need. It's
not like a Fables, where eventually Fables broke off into Jack of Fables, and it's like, fuck, I'm missing half the story at this point. Because Fables is so fucking weird, because I remember just reading Fables all the way through when I was really heavy on it. And then Jack from Jack and the Beanstalk, he disappears. And out of fucking nowhere, he comes back and he's introducing all these different characters. And I'm like, wait, what just happened? Where did all these new characters come from? And he really doesn't give a lot of leeway to it. It's like, no, you have to read Jack of Fables to get through that. I'm like, what?
Yeah, and then didn't they do another? Isn't there another series that's based on Fables? I thought that Adam Hughes was doing.
Well, there were a few spinoffs. There was Cinderella, which was badass, where Cinderella was a spy. I forgot what else at the time was coming out.
Carl, and I'm not. I created this demand. I'm letting you guys know ahead of time. I'm trying to get you guys to where the puck is going to be, not where the puck is at.
What's the damn it? I read it the other day.
That's it, Dan L.
Ferris was the other one. That's right. Yeah. What's the one book Azraello's got? I've read it the other fucking day and I can't remember it. Azraello's got a book that he's working on right now that is fucking amazing.
Moonshine?
No. I think is it Nihilism? I think is what it's called. Fuck, I read it the other day and I can't remember the name of it. Hold on. I'm gonna talk about it tomorrow. Somebody in the chat will probably get it out. I gotta get it out of me. Let's see. And the compendium definitely don't hold well after multiple reads. Just got the official hardcovers.
I heard the compendiums don't hold, but I haven't experienced it. I mean, I don't know. Most compendiums seem to hold out all right, but get what you want. Get what versions you're after. If you like compendiums better because you get a lot for cheap, then go for it.
Yeah. I mean that's the whole point of the Walking Dead compendiums is you're getting 48 issues for like the cost of like $1 an issue.
Right. All right. So let me see. Let's do this one. This is a cool one. All right, and this is damn it. I think it's out there. The photo's a little out of focus. Sorry, not my fault. This is damn it. Collection Shelfies. Dutch Jimmy. That's how I have it labeled.
Maybe it's Jimmy Dutch.
Maybe it's Jimmy Dutch. So,
damn,
this guy's got some awesome statue collection. And too bad the photos are a little grainy, guys. But I think we get better ones as we go along. But look at this thing. Wow. I love. We sold a bunch of these at the store. This Wolverine versus Hulk. It's like a Hulk 181 homage statue. I think it's crazy.
My dude got the backlight going on and everything. That is wow. He put thought into that. That is beautiful. Man,
I love that X-Force Deadpool. That's like my favorite Deadpool. I just like the X-Force in general. Like that gray and black suit on like Wolverine or Archangel or Warpath or Deadpool is awesome. I can't really see what his collections are. I can see he has the those Dark Horse Colossal Conans.
Nice blue light he's got going on back there to accentuate the stuff. Man, I'm impressed, man.
I love that cable. That cable statue is incredible.
Would you guys sell a lot of those statues at your store?
What's funny about statues for us is we're like the only store in town that really kept statues in stock. Usually most stores, because they're so expensive, there's very little markup on them, very little profit for stores to carry them. We always kept them in stock. So what would happen is we would go for like weeks and not sell a statue. Like, God damn it, we got all these statues and none of them are moving. And it'd be like that for a couple of weeks. And then all of a sudden, like somebody would come in and buy like 4 statues one day. And then 2 days later, another guy would come in and buy 3 statues and 1 statue. And then somebody would buy like a $2,000 statue. So it's weird. They would sell a lot, but not continually. But it'll be like a big chunk at once. Damn. It's almost like a stimulus check.
Would you did you guys get a lot of profit out of it?
Not really.
Not really. Not worth it.
I think depending on depending on the statues and stuff like that, they'd be around like $250 profit. So if a statue was like $1,200, like our price on it would be like $1,000.
Mm-hmm.
$950, something like that. So not a lot, but it brought a lot of people into the store, and because some people can't get these statues anymore because they sell out really fast. So we would be a hot spot for statues. I think I'm just here for the statues on this one.
Yeah.
That Superman is incredible. I think that's from Hush. I think that's the Hush statue from Prime 1.
That's a Dark Knight Returns Batman.
Yeah, I think it's sick.
Damn.
You can see how big they are because that Mighty Thor is like one of those giant, like when they did the Jim Lee X-Men XXL.
Yeah.
Or like a artist edition book. That's what the size of this thing is. And you compare the statues to that.
What do you think is a rough estimate he's got on those shelves statue-wise for a price? Over $3,000.
Oh, you mean like the single shelf here?
No. Just all the shelves put together.
Oh, no, wait, because that Batman's $2,000. That Superman's $2,000. That Magneto, I want to say is probably like $500, $600. Same with that Cable. Same with that Rogue. So it's probably sitting on like, what is that? Like probably like $4,000 or $5,000 with their stuff right here. Just what we see in this picture.
Wow. I need to get out of fucking teaching. I've been trying, man. Nobody's hiring anything right now, so
yeah, it's rough.
Yeah,
this is cool with the purple light, though.
Oh, it is nice. It's probably a bias light that he's got where he can change the color at will to whatever he wants.
Probably. Yeah, like that Storm's probably like another $400 or $500. That Wolverine's like $400 to $500. That Deadpool, I think these days, like if you wanted to buy it, it's like $600. It's like one of those like out of print kind of things, I think. And that Hulk Wolverine, that's the coolest statue there is. You would think it'd be like $1,000. I think it's fairly cheap. It's like $550, something like that. I think
that's not too bad comparatively speaking.
Not for statues. Yeah. All right, and what is that one, man? Thank you for that.
Yeah, man, no problem. Real quick, why don't you let them know one more time where they can get their books up to 50% off on release week?
There's only one place that you guys want to go to get your hardcovers, trade paperbacks, and omnibuses. Don't pay full cover price. Pay half off, 32% off. Go to InStockTrades.com. Like Lou was saying, Tuesdays at 12 noon, 3 Pacific, right? 12 noon, 3 Eastern, excuse me. They update and refresh their website for that week's releases. So you get a head start and grab your new releases quick and early. Orders in the US of $50 or more, you guys will get free shipping, the best customer service, the most impressive packaging. That's InStockTrades.com. And again, once a month, we give away a $50 gift card to InStockTrades. It's the last show of each month to one lucky live viewer. Omnibros discount code. That'll be hopefully coming back soon, guys. And we love them. They're fantastic. InStockTrades.com, everybody. Please check them out if you haven't already.
Yeah, and we've talked about this before, but guys, if you really are pining for a variant or a specific deluxe or a specific omnibus, man, they're going crazy these days. It's not like it used to be where they would last 2 to 3 hours or even they would last until the next day. You got to be on there right there to get them.
Yeah, they used to last days. You'd be able to go, I can wait till I get paid on Friday or something like that. These days, it's not happening.
Yeah.
And, it's hard to say why, but they are selling out. Well, the reason why is because everybody, the market's growing. There's a lot more of you omnibus collectors out there and stuff like that. So,
Yep. People are collecting now more than ever, especially there's not much else to do, so might as well read. You want to take some questions real quick before we get out of here?
Yeah, we'll do that for a little bit.
Okay. I like this one. Carl N. Anyone have any advice about conventions? I've never been to one, but my city is hosting one in a few weeks.
Don't go.
Huh?
Don't go.
We'll start with that one. And well, I'd love to go see Chris Claremont and get something signed. Yeah, don't go, man. My personal advice. I don't want to deter you from having fun or having a good time, but personally, if you want my honest opinion, I don't think right now is a good time to be going to any convention. Especially with everything that's going on, and we don't know with cases spiking and everything. I wouldn't set foot in a convention right now, much less a movie theater. But you know,
but in general, let's talk about in general for conventions.
Yeah. Once things clear up, I'll go first. I'll give you you want to do 1-to-1? I'll go first and I'll give you one. Wear deodorant. For the love of God, please wear deodorant. And bathe. That's a big one. Basic hygiene is a big one.
Yeah. If you want to get stuff signed, it kind of depends on what you're after. You want to just get it signed, or do you want to get it graded or something like that? If you want singles to get signed, make sure you have yourself like a nice container to keep your books in from being damaged. But if you want omnibuses, don't carry all your omnibuses with you at once. Okay. You're going to kind of want to map it out and plan it out a little bit ahead of time. Maybe, because you're going to have to lug that stuff around the entire show floor. And I don't know if you want to, nobody wants to do that. You don't want to carry an extra like 80 pounds of omnibuses in your backpack or something like that, because you have to stand in line and you have to wait. So I would suggest bringing the one omnibus that you're going to get signed, leave the other ones back in your hotel room or in your car or whatever, and just do them one at a time. Save yourself that kind of a hassle.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm going to piggyback off of your answer. If you can afford it, get a hotel room at the convention. It'll make your life so much easier. So much easier. That way, if you get a bunch of stuff, you don't have to go back to your car and dump it there, and then you have to come back the next day or anything like that. You're pretty much all there. Gabe, when you came here to MegaCon, you were there. You got a hotel right in the convention center, and that was just a blessing for you.
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, not just that, but for like you guys too, because we got to hang out at the bar. Yeah. So yeah, if you can afford it, if you could choke out the extra money to get the hotel that the convention is connected to, or is like right across the street, or is like the main hotel for the convention, that's the best thing to do, because you can just go up to your room. If you got to go take a dump, if you got to pee, you don't have to use the bathrooms in the convention center. You can go and use the bathroom that you're paying for. You get to, excuse me, not just that, but if you get the main hotel, that's where all the creators are going to stay. So you go to the bar and you could run into all your favorite creators at the bar, and you could, you can usually say hi and offer to buy them a drink and chit chat with them for a little bit. If you meet any of your friends or you want to make new friends, that'd be the place to do it, is at that bar or is at that hotel.
Yeah. You are taking a picture of a cosplayer, ask for permission first. Always ask for permission. Don't if there's like a whole group gathering around and they're all taking pictures of an amazing cosplay, do that. But if you just run up to a cosplayer, especially if it's a female, and you just snap a picture and then run away or scurry away, it looks kind of creepy. Yeah,
and ask if you put your arm around her.
Yeah, do that, please. Yeah. Avoid a sexual harassment charge.
Get new shoes.
Yeah.
Or well worn, like, don't go there with your like your hiking boots or like your Doc Martens or anything like that, because you're going to be on your feet all day long. So if you have a nice pair of running shoes, or get some extra cushioning for your shoes or something like that, you really want to think about your feet.
Mm-hmm. Bring your own food.
Yes.
Because you're going to be paying about $5 for a hot dog.
You'll be paying $5 for a soda.
Yeah.
And that sucks. If you're going to meet Chris Claremont, prepare to wait in line, because he talks and 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 talks to everybody. It's great. You'll have an awesome 5-minute chat with them, 10-minute chat, 15-minute chat with them. But in order for you to have that, you're going to have to wait in the line of other people who are having 10, 15-minute chats with them also. Yeah. So be patient, but just be aware that there will be a wait for him because he likes to chit-chat.
Limit the amount of shit you want signed by one creator. That's my advice.
And expect to pay for a signature.
Yeah,
just expect it. You know, if it's free, good. You saved you got some extra cash, but don't just assume everybody's charging or not charging for signatures.
Yeah, no. What is it? Who is it that who is it that charges an ass load to just get a signature?
Frank Miller does. Stanley used to. Rob Liefeld has like a scale.
Really?
What book you want signed by him?
Wow.
And then the prices also change. Not just Rob Liefeld, but most people. Their prices change if you're there for the CGC witness. Like they know you're getting that book signed and graded. They usually charge you a little bit more.
Yeah, Neil Adams. Yes, Neil Adams is the one I was thinking. He charges out the ass for a signature.
He does. Yeah, that's true. He charges you for a picture too.
Yeah.
Like if you want to sit next to him and take a photo with your own camera, it's like $40 or something like that.
Fuck that. I'm good. I'll Photoshop myself into an image with him. Speaking of
Matthew, what do people charge for signatures? It depends on the person.
Yeah, it varies.
A lot of times it's free. Honestly, a lot of times it's free. $5, $15, $20. Frank Miller's like $75 to $100. It also depends on the convention too.
Speaking of, you mentioned Liefeld earlier. Have you listened to his podcast yet?
His podcast is amazing.
Is it really good?
It's incredible.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
He just it's really just him talking about his love of comics.
Cool.
And it's all themed, and he has like a roadmap, I guess. Like his most recent one was about Marvel crossovers. So he talks about like Contest of Champions, and it's really about Secret Wars. But like Chris Claremont, this guy can talk. Rob Liefeld just talks and talks, and he goes off the road. He goes on these asides and these tangents, and he eventually comes back to the main story. But he just talks in a circle. He just talks. He's all over the place. But it's all very interesting. He has an innate, hardcore passion and love for comics, and you experience that when you listen to him talk. It's great. Yeah,
Liefeld reminds me a lot of to put it in wrestling terms, Liefeld reminds me a lot of Cornette, where Cornette, it's obvious he has a real love for wrestling, just the way Liefeld, you can tell the guy just loves comics. He loves comics. He's controversial, and I'm not a fan of Liefeld's work. It's just, it doesn't suit my taste, but I respect the man in the sense that he doesn't give a fuck. He'll tell you what he thinks, and I respect that about him.
And everything I've ever heard Liefeld say on his show, he's like, I know this is going to be controversial if I say it like this, but it's the facts. But it's true. He's like, but I have all this information to back it up,
Yeah. So I don't know. I'll definitely have to pop that in and take a look at it and listen to it. I'll probably do that today while I'm cooking.
Well, that cartoonist kayfabe, when they had Liefeld on there, they listen to that. Because he controls the conversation. Like they ask him a question and he'll talk 20 minutes about just everything.
That's awesome.
So that'll give you kind of a precursor into what his podcast is about. But that one of the cartoonist kayfabe, he goes on. People hate Liefeld for whatever innocuous reason they want. It's probably all internet hype that they're just basing things off of, is what my experience has been. But he goes into a lot about him growing up and things he had to struggle with his parents and his family and stuff like that. So he comes out like a good guy. I like him. I've never had a bad experience with the guy. I've met him plenty of times.
Yeah, I think you nailed it on the head, where it's kind of become, and I think that's also dying now, that stigma of Liefeld and stuff like that, where it was for a while the cool thing to hate on Liefeld. because he is so associated with that 90s style, and he is so associated with the huge Captain America chest and stuff like that. And that again, I'm not a big fan of the man's art, but at the same time, he has a commanding presence in the medium, and there was a time when Liefeld, Lee, Madureira, I think that's how you pronounce his name. I'm horrible with pronouncing the man's name. That was the style. That was the 90s. That was what people were looking for in comics. The whole reason the Image blew up was because these are the big dogs, and they are doing their own thing, and they're breaking away, and we're gonna follow them because we love these guys, the work that these guys are putting out. And that's, I think he gets unfairly the shaft for a lot of things.
There's a video on my channel back when I was doing videos a lot, where I saw him at a convention, and I asked him, I go, why is it okay to hate Rob Liefeld? And he went on this huge just thing all about it. And it basically kind of, again, he just talks and talks and talks and talks and talks. It basically boils down to he was very young when he got into the industry, like he was like 19, 20 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And he surpassed everybody, all the old timers. Like, here comes a new guy. Everybody else is now dinosaurs. Your style is no longer cool or relevant. You kind of became obsolete because you got Rob Liefeld, Todd McFarlane, Jim Lee. So the hate came from them and all of their followers and fans, the John Byrne fans, those kinds of people just kept going with the hate, and it just kind of just exponentially just traveled with that. But yeah, it like you said, it was the cool thing. It's acceptable to hate on Rob Liefeld.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least it was, for whatever strange reason.
I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, though, because if you go to cons, usually Rob Liefeld will have a line, and it won't be a small line.
He'll always have a line, always.
Yeah, he'll have a solid line. So I think it's more of the thing where it's cool to kind of poo-poo on him, but it's not like it used to be, and it's not as bad as it used to be. And like I said, as somebody that I like to speak my mind and not give a fuck, I respect the man for that, because he doesn't, in this day and age where everybody kind of likes to tiptoe around things, Liefeld will tell you straight up what he thinks if you ask him.
Yeah.
And I like that.
You always hate the top dogs.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. I think there's that too. It's easier.
And then that's the thing, is then if it's okay to punch up, but then when somebody starts punching down, like, a creator goes after a fan or replies back to a fan, then they become a bad guy.
I could see that. Yeah, I could totally see that. All right, man. You ready?
I'm out of here. All right, bro. So where can I find you real quick?
You can find me at Comics Guide 101 on Twitter and on YouTube. If you follow me on Twitter, you're just going to see me basically talking about what I'm reading and what's going on in wrestling and what I'm watching movie-wise and stuff like that. So you can follow me there.
All right. And you guys can find me Instagram, Gabe Infinity. Gabe Loves 90s Comics. And my YouTube channel, I put up a new video on the Jack Kirby Fourth World Absolute. It's not a comeback. I'm not going to continue making a bunch of videos over and over and over again like I used to. It's not fun. It takes a lot of time. I don't really have the time. I got a little bit extra time now. I'm on a little bit of a vacation. Yeah. And that's a really badass book. And it kind of was like, I need to show people because people kept asking. Yeah. But yeah, check it out if you want to see what that Fourth World Absolute looks like and its content. It's super, super cool. So
why do you think I don't do it anymore, man? It's way too much time.
It's a lot of time. And then you gotta, and then trying to upload it takes forever, and then you gotta pass it around. You gotta try and promote it, and
no, that's the thing, man. That's kind of why I don't do it anymore. I would spend 7-8 hours on a video, and then I'd put it up, and it's like, I got 100 views in a week. I'm like, well, fuck this. Okay, I'm done. So, I threw in the towel on that. Too much work.
Yeah, I just had other things. I stopped because that's when I started working out and going to the gym and stuff like that. I still do. I just, like I said, I'm on a little bit of a vacation. It's kind of a perfect storm. I'm on vacation, and then that Fourth World Omnibus came out, and I was like, or Fourth World Absolute came out. I go, you know what? I could do a quick video. It wasn't a quick video. I forgot. It takes a lot of time. You got to set it all up, and you got to kind of be like, all right, is the lighting the right way? Oh crap! the video is kind of at a tilted angle, and I had to find out how to correct that tilted angle and all that. And I was like, oh, it's a lot of work. But I appreciate everybody that goes for it. So,
all right, guys, have a good one. Love y'all.
Later, dudes.
Bye.
Bye.